If you think about what a university does, it is a place where young artists can have the training they need to become the creative voice of humanity. When I first came to Montclair State University, it had an excellent department of music with wonderful faculty and earnest students, but it was housed in a wretched facility.
The department was a one-floor building that you could probably walk around in about 30 seconds flat.
It had about 10 studios, maybe 12 practice rooms, only 3 classrooms, and none of them were really large enough for a big ensemble.
The vision came with the Callis.
Susan Cole announced that she was going to establish a school of music. I spoke to her about a desire to pay homage to John. He was very, very pleased.
I am proud to present John J. Cali for the degree of Doctor of Letters.
John was born in Colorado. His father had come from Sicily, and he was an expediter in the mines. His brother was given a saxophone, played it twice. It was in the attic. John was about 8 or 9, and his mother made a pact with him. If you take lessons, you can play it. That was John's beginning with the saxophone. George Rockbird and he had a band, and they were invited to go up to the Borscht Belt. Stretch Hannafy encouraged John to consider going to Indiana. John supported himself at Indiana through his music. In the 40s, he put together a business, and he pulled in Angelo, his brother, and Ed Leschwitz, who got their teacher's degrees here. And the 3 of them then went on to building, and it became Cali Real Estate.
When we were thinking about how to create a home for the new School of Music, we thought very carefully about Chapin Hall, which originally started as a residence hall. We added onto it all kinds of wonderful specialized spaces to create a place that would really feel like a home.
The vision for the music program at Montclair is to train and educate the musical leaders of the 21st century to better build music into the fabric of society.
Today, with the John J. Cali School of Music, we have a full array of music programs that you would expect of any leading school of music.
Classical, jazz, opera, musical theater, chamber music, electronic music, vocal music, instrumental music, and because of our proximity to New York City, we have some of the best musicians in the world.
The various parts of the School of Music include performance, music education, music therapy, and composition.
My main job is to enable the students to execute their very individual voices in the best possible way.
We have our music therapy program where people are going out into the field and, in essence, healing through music.
So students learn how to wield musicianship in clinical ways, ways that afford clients opportunities to grow.
We're teaching our students not only to be incredible musicians, but to be great pedagogues.
We ask our students to think about the world around them. As long as we allow students to critically reflect, they're in a good position to start thinking about why should we do good for others.
What sets the John J. Cali School of Music apart is the breadth of concert experience that the students have while they're here at Montclair State.
The idea of doing a piece like Carmina Burana without a 300-voice choir and an orchestra may seem quite odd, but I felt like it was important to expose my students, particularly in the symphonic band, to that sort of music making for an extended period of time.
Working with Dr. Macaulay was the #1 contributing factor to why I was attracted to this school.
It is challenging to present student operas in production. People have to learn to act in a way that's entirely frontal.
Sometimes when we're at classical, we just think it's all about technique, instead of delivering the story.
Putting together a concert at a Cali School of Music is no different from putting together a concert with any professional orchestra. We have limited rehearsal time, so we have to get the best out of the students to reflect the best intentions of the composers, whatever we think that may be. And when it all comes together at the concert, it's extremely gratifying.
One of our most successful external collaborations is with the New Jersey Symphony Orchestra. Our choral program is actively involved with any number of performances throughout the season.
This is a very, very important relationship to the school, but for the students who've had these experiences, it's a lifelong achievement.
You're getting to perform the greatest repertoire at the highest level. To give that practical experience to the students is such a wonderful part of the Montclair State University program.
The accomplishments over the past 10 years have been astounding. Performances at Carnegie Hall, the choir, the orchestra, the bands, and the Julius String Quartet, our graduate string quartet in residence, making their Carnegie Hall debut.
Performing at Carnegie Hall was probably one of the highlights of my life. Being able to perform there is like playing in the Super Bowl.
The energy that we got, I think, was really unforgettable.
They've been here coaching for a year with the Shanghai Quartet.
Working with the Shanghai Quartet is really fantastic. It was sort of intimidating and scary coming in because they're considered one of the greatest string quartets in the world. They're incredibly demanding, but also incredibly kind people.
I feel like this year I've made more strides in my playing than I have in the last probably 5 or 6.
Germany was having trouble, what a sad story.
The collaboration between the John J. Cali School of Music and the Department of Theater and Dance is really one of the most distinctive programs in the College of the Arts.
The musical theater program has gained national prominence. That is largely due to the support that we've had from the John J. Cali School of Music.
The musical theater students study their voice lessons, their oral skills, their theory, and their piano lessons in the John J. Cali School of Music. So they get a higher level of musical preparation.
We just celebrated the 45th anniversary of the music therapy program with a lovely event that included current music therapy students and music therapy graduates.
This was a way to bring everybody back together from that long history and legacy.
To see alumni and other professionals up on stage integrating their primary instrument like flute and violin, it was incredible.
Nothing made John more delighted than coming to the Cali School of Music. He would go backstage and talk to the students.
It was on the mark to put his name on this building. That was the greatest joy in his life. And about a month before he passed, I'm going to get emotional about this. We were here. They were unveiling his photograph. It was probably one of the more spectacular things he had experienced, because at that time he was dying. The sweetness of it will never go away.
Don't stand by. Be part of the solution, the future, and the larger dream. There is nothing more satisfying than giving someone an opportunity.
Universities do many things that are incredibly important to our society, but in the midst of all of the work that has to go on, there is this music being made at the heart and center of the institution. It's always there if we listen for it.